A beautiful moment here. South Africa, Pretoria, sunny side. Yanama kwentumu. Yede ayakto eden we are na. Ebra esi we are na kone chikwa dwendwene niema yate yesua na yetimi san ba back ne be say ensema ye catch fitite no no kra ne ye no kra no ho to ne ye ko asase ya awakening center ye shase kumase e bankran e na me no ka say ye din kakra akwa piemu e wo Zimbabwe ya mana nka ho ya ba bibim South Africa sunny side conference back wo ha edemo nkomo nyina be dan wo but asem be trendy on social media, you know. This is my channel. Yeah, I mean, social media. And someone go for can I discuss? I want to pick a unique topic and speak about. But then, I quite far your discussions. I hold a tie on this channel. So no topics need be a quite far. The young gem, the son of Miss Bell. They be able to be ano. Na no mukana ono nshene day. Na onkoso. Na me salute you, Miss Bell. I salute you. I salute you. Say. Wetima jebre na ematitie mu no o ma oba na realize ne ho na wa careful about nsema ye kakeka ye nchechire mu ye fa me nyansabo akwa a mysteries ehinta sense ne ye ka na me baaye no to no me ne asase ya nenam the founder of Ayak, and which is asase ya awakening center ebibi man ada fakase na ada ye nyane enne botaya yekutemu questions are the media ebisa. In some person trend on their YouTube channels, Ebisa, even the people that did the first interview, questions on Mobisa, HSA, we are still sleeping. So be some now to mean they get deep into some panic, you know. Now the answer, oh, create sensation for numbers, you are not helping people to grow. I say Bisa these critical questions. Means Akodani Bisa presenter a lot of questions. He couldn't answer one. He was just picking for the not honor. This is what we are doing to our nation. This is why Ayak. This is why we are waking. That's why we are going deep into mysteries. I am Yansa TV. And then the budget adosuko. As I say, I am in Chawaha. Aha South Africa Pretoria. And baby sankume finanso. Ibuzama from memory. Jebrania Kawasamoha. Now if you want so what me analyzing some Ayakan. As of everybody in Suna Akasa, and the first answer me home. Mokasa, having they trained their followers well, or monthly teaching them well, and now Sarkolebe cancer 1, 2, 3. Now a creative panic in your churches, a creative panic in your teachings. Mama Kwaba. Yeah. All that many hot say that, but then it's important, say
I'm hotter than you right now.
Are you sure?
I tell you.
Sasi ayenko. In some big trendy organa.
Yeah.
About in some be a brandy kumebi aka. Then some if an adepa and summer sabrantian akano 10 years boy.
Yeah. I'm
up for a chastising, I'm up for can somewhere fast, I'm up for a deal in my meatem. Also, you'll be a pimpin, also, you miss questions more back into near my actually as far as religion is concerned.
That's right.
Now, colonial questions will be some very legitimate questions,
of course.
Here answers any attack. Meaning, send up as some never.
They say it needs answers, not attacks. First of all, I really encourage Adepa for the boldness and the courage. You see, we are trying to call forth our African people. Africa, munyane. Let's reason. Because without reasoning, you can't say you need fapem. You know, anytime someone comes out and say, I have discovered God in my own way, it becomes a problem. It becomes a problem for people because we are not really into what we are teaching. We don't have the evidence to prove what we have been teaching them. Therefore, when someone else comes with a different idea and experience, we attack the person. But the God that you are claiming to serve was introduced to you by somebody. Of course, it was introduced to you by somebody. And you received it. Why can't we allow and Kolana Ebano say, if they are also experiencing God in a different platform, different dimension, different revelation, why don't we allow them? The child is talking about his concept of God. What God can do, what God has done, what God has not done for him. You understand? He's telling you his revelation, his experience. The best we can do is to listen, even if the child is wrong. Prove to that child that what she is saying or he is saying is wrong.
It's not a tax.
No, it's not a tax. He is telling you that what you have given to me for many years, I've discovered myself that it's not true. So now it is your responsibility to go there and correct that child if you think the child is making mistakes. Did you understand what I'm saying? This is why people cannot come out even though they know the truth. They cannot come out. Israel has made a God for himself. And even the scripture has stated, for a word was given to Jacob, it has landed upon Israel. And the name of God that we were introduced to is El. So whenever we mention angels, we say they are angels of God like Raphael, Michael, Israel. And you know, the name of the man that discovered that God bears the name of that God. And now nimono. Intina sorry bia wokwa obo se so for no do baby a odu high ranking bia or starting bot nyame te say onu ni nyame. Intina members boni nyame edin no de bompae. Do you understand?
I get it. Because
a man is a representation of his God. What you say? Enti Jacob got two nyankopon no. So was the son din man Israel. Na sa Israel no nyankopon na ye friend El no. Ono na sisi yaje atai ni ase. Ko ba Israel nyankopon. What you say? Yankase o pese wo sum Israel nyankopon. Go ahead. Na sum Israel nyankopon. Do you say ma discover say nyankopon na nye Israel nko anote.
Okay.
Or Ghana no, let him go ahead. Even Paul said, say, you will be no more, but with their conscience, they make it as a law, as a guide for their lives. It's a colony say minji yangu pombi and nia. They are already guiding away in the conscience. Paul told the children of Hebrew, they can't Hebrew for only blacks. Hebrew for a free, I can't moon a buy. Find free or more a free for. Oko Bible my from Akkad ana Akkadians sa akamfo no omo no mo beye Hebrew for ani Jew for na sa akamfo no beye Hebrew for ani Jew for no mo na Paul ka kire omo say se mu start se mu use mu adwene. If you use your senses in Hebrews 5 and Hebrews 6 also we want to tell you deeper things about adi ya mu dimu den ya mu ntumi njemu no you people are so slow and dull. Iti ye kan semwa instead se mo be fan se mo na pepe mu adom su ko mo nye nti milk na ye da su tugu mu so ye ntimi mma mo aduane e mu odu. We cannot teach you the high things of this same God that you are preaching. But those that have matured, they are able to exercise their senses. Akolana ba or kan sembi enye se me be can be because me fu akola no me tanachi and I say and the best we can do is that you better be a colon to Nemame.
Miss Bell.
Yes. Now, they are attacking the mommy because we don't have evidence to prove otherwise. Sakolandi can I right and I say wrong.
Yes, I said, my men
instead of facing a colana and some more can with facts and proving say we don't believe in what the child is saying because you're coming right. You know? We would rather sway off the akolana can because we cannot face him with evidence. Now, people are afraid, say, in some more can obetutu asemegu, ye masum, and obetutu asemegu, asori nasum. Who cares? Because one someone who can you tutu asum, and our GDA, and I want to be so good, masum, and I want to be good, and no, a whole crime problem say, if you think you are a good preacher than a Kolanoa, make sure you raise your children to the standard of a Kolano. So that when your children meet Sir Akolano, Miss Belbano, they will be able to do justice. A critical analogy on the things they believe as much as the child is doing. So we will attack the mother and say, because we cannot face the child. That's the truth. What you say?
So we are running away from the fact that
this is an example Miss Bell has set for every parent. I know some people have done that, but MPA at the party in APA. And they say no, you did not the party and so many shit. They said you can't Delilah. They be talk about Delilah. We are talking about a wicked woman. And the young share may instead of picking the good things in there to train our women. The same thing the young who Miss Bella instead say, you make us okay. Say Miss Bella Timmy I grooming a bar. Na akola in some akola ne kano nyeni na Miss Bella betimi akacha akola no. The child is speaking about technology that is coming in the future. What did the mention I say? Now, study a colonic case year. Then some more cano. unless you are on the path of the enlightenment, and I'll bet you cannot. I say,
they need bit me free Delilah Hoa. Just 2 points on that. And guess a match museum dancer de piano. You pick the story of Delilah and negativity atato.
Oh, said Debia is a young coupon. You're branding away, say on Pema. That's no Sano City. On farm mania she. Until you pick a character beer. Before I even go into Delilah issue, no. Delilah's story, no, an allegory, it goes beyond Obane Bema in Kitahudi.
Okay.
The name Delilah na sechere. Even a man you know kind of one sana. Delilah a making headway with Samson or what you sechere.
Okay.
Croa official or what you standing for. What I say? Now, Delilah in herself, or to me, pulling out a secret of a strong man. One bono, one tientiano, one nugget. All she did was that anytime Samson beefy baby about breno, or chino not the nut to the nice or encouraging no crocrono, no motivating no bisan and semua a yeni here semua, ubeti me afasudia Samson akoma. How many women do that with their husbands? How many women will sit down and say, me couldn't feel good mama wa bre. The okwe no nyama shisha no so stress any idea. Mama fan and tom and iso. Na me encourage no abrabum. Me sheneding. And Mama Debia, when he's leaving the house, he's going out there with a fresh energy. A free means for my husband. How many people do that? When we went to the women conference, you saw when we were talking to them that men are not moved by nagging. Men are moved by wisdom. What did they mention? I said, we don't teach them. And the only thing we know how to do is say, "Ni a fat baby back home. Ni the attacking congregation, ni the creative fear." That's what Adepa is saying. I will be saying a simple question. Nyame na ball. Adepa so no ni because science proves say na mama na wo no. Now in the Bible no, esi Nyankopon bo Adam and Eve. Yem fa na say na sit here because we know say creation began way before Adam and Eve. You only power come as I say so before Adam and Eve. That is to them that do not know say people were living before even Adam and Eve could buy. The earth is not just 6,000 years. The earth is billions of years. What I say? And I call and say, because Adam and Eve, almost free Garden of Eden, no Bible recorded here say they started making their own children by their kind. By their kind. Now, say Nyankopon ne boni pa. I won't tia kwalana sia wo de bisano legitimate questions are a follow up e be ma wati baby a ofi banasie. Now, something like enye Nyankopon ne bo me. Okay, say nyame ne boni pa nyina ye be analysis. Nyankopon on no bo no wa kire baby a woko. Me bo a. Nyankopon su ni made a wo ba be ye nti obo wa no de wa to baby a de a wo ba be ye no, wo be ba be ye. Say nyame hihye bra oni patimi sisa na ye gidi say nyame no sisa o hihye bra obi antimi sisa na because he will design your destiny, create you and bring you to any nation or any land that he prefers, and you cannot change what God has said about you. So God created Judas to betray Jesus.
Yes.
Yet after Judas has done perfectly what he was born or created by God
to do,
he becomes a problem. Now he has to go to hell for doing the destiny that was destined to him. How do you explain this about the God you are serving? How do you explain this?
When the journalist was asking the question, the Akolani pushed a question on man responses, but not pushing more questions.
We don't have
need
it.
descriptions.
You need the answers. It would take Nkola, they have not been programmed yet to bring out certain questions. We cannot answer the questions. Before we will awaken to a wave, say no, they are programming and there's something wrong with it. He's just proving to yang as a body of believers say we have homeworks to do. Me see the first thing meka wakolana say say if we think that Adepa has been trained by ne mame no we tutu nsema gu na so and akwala na ba bontin and o keka de o ka no anytime someone asks questions about our God we say it's blasphemy. Okay, now mumma asofo a ye wo Ghana leaders a ye wo Ghana obi entraining ne ba me that's what I see obi fa gidie no entraining ne ba no be face adepa asa that should be our focus. If Miss Bell has been able to train Neba to know himself to that extent to say he can explain how he was born by the mother and father, and truthfully when Adepa says that I've never seen God bring money to my mother and father to give to me, wait, this is not blasphemy.
Oh, now, video, Neba. Let's watch a bit of Nsema Kolana Kaya air trend, you know, and Yeba. I wanted to touch on the way people are attacking Abafan.
Are people just attacking him and I want to mean that kind of thing? What's happening?
That's why I was saying it's out of insecurity.
Okay.
Because first of all, we are not raising our children with the fundamental truth.
Okay.
We don't build a foundation that will make it easy for them to express what they have learned, not what we have recited to them.
So we go to church, they do Sunday schools. What do you mean by foundation?
You see, what Adepa is doing now is as a result of careful study and self-discovery.
Okay.
If we are giving all our kids the opportunity to express themselves and then we will guide them and shape them, if we don't do that, we will keep giving them memory verses to be reciting over and over again. But what they are actually reciting, they've not studied for sure. They've not reasoned through what they are reciting.
Okay.
That is why I'm saying it's out of insecurity. You see, when you don't have a foundational truth that holds you in your faith, the moment you see someone else talking about the faith, you are shaky. If what the person is saying is contrary to what you already know.
Okay.
And this is not a platform for attack,
okay,
but rather a platform to start asking questions about what you know. That's why I'm throwing the challenge out there that every parent should train their children. Don't just expect.
But you're saying what the child is saying is demonic. He's just, what he's doing is error. It's not right. So if you are saying this, should they teach their kids this?
Through which lens?
Teaching?
You see, through which lens are they judging that what Adepa is saying is demonic? Through which lens? The lens of your religion. And he's saying, he stated categorically, he has not even talked about, you see, what Adepa is saying, he hasn't even talked about anybody's religion. Did you observe that?
Yes.
He didn't talk about anybody's religion. Out of insecurity, we want to attack him because we feel that what he is saying, first of all, is going to sway our children off or cause other people to second think of,
create doubts
around our Christian faith. But that's not, he has no intention to do that. He's expressing what he believes. You understand? It has nothing to do with anybody's religion. But if you feel insecure, then you go on attacking him. That's what I'm saying. Bring your children. Since you know that you know better, bring your children to sit with Adepa. Let them at least experience themselves. Let them come out with what they know.
You know, or say,
I know your point. You know, Okasa obese o pape. Na chese wankasa no, umma kwala foundation bi obegina so.
Okay.
You are insecure. To me, you see, that is what religion is doing to us. So, remember ni obi from even another church within the same Christian faith, ekodin koma. A problem de maye because I feel say we members are corner sorry. Can you imagine?
Where a pastor nearby thinks, oh, but Master, or when I sent out the cocoa, not trapepa, who come on some gym.
Wow. Intino, but say we grew me member ye. What remember ye manim or solid foundation or faith in him, or nimia me or someone, or nim the infasuonia was so any baby or qua, or be baba can be as another. That's a problem we have. Say this is pure insecurity. The attacks now I
saw from 24. I hear quite a number of them talking.
I don't even want to talk about asofo attacks, obi attacks, eyi attacks. What I'm saying is that generally, obi obe attack Adepabia has problem with security. Only faith security. Maybe whatever Adepa is saying, you know, I am listening to a seminar Kolaneka.
Okay.
Dear Yama Meno, Mefefrim. Dear Yama Meno, me the better chain until my yemi research are finding proof for myself. Sometimes when you tell people that they should seek the truth for themselves, they should do research. On the catch say, oh, Kwako believe in research, be a da baby. Now book Bible and your book. And you see, I'm finding research. What you say? Now, Obati Yamia Semedino, Opesa Uji, Obi Kendi. Oh, Yamia Sam, no, be never catch on Ajidi. And you know, Akolano or bring it out, BB. If we have nothing to give to him, let's not destroy what he has. You need to be at the Bemano. No, no, may I say, dear, or no, so the day, a day back.
Miss Bababon, Tiaba, because parents are on Mako school, the banner school, prevent your ma from playing with the banner. And I think say 2 days ago, then I'm from him. I wanted us to have a look at it. Is it right? Are they not trying to protect their kids?
Oh, that's what religion does to us. And Papa, religion brings division. This boy didn't even touch on anybody's religion. He was asked a personal question about how he sees God, how he sees. How do you believe in God? Did God create you and all that? He's not attacking anybody. He's talking about his perspective, how he understands what the religion does for him, what God does for him, and what he doesn't do for him. He didn't attack anybody. So now, religious people will advise their children not to even talk to the boy. Is that not what the mother is saying?
Exactly.
The reason is that still same insecurity in the community of believers. Same insecurity in the community.
Is it because we are not really giving our kids the right foundation they need?
They don't have it. That's what I'm telling you. We don't have, even we the grown-ups coming out of the faith, we were not given a solid, it's all out of fear. If you don't serve God, you go to hell. If you ask God too much questions, you will go mad. If you want to ask him questions that cannot be answered, you will go mad. You see, these are the factors that have bounded us. If there were no punishment,
person far at the panse more kind, not a breaking it down and some not yenti say Ibiana baby or a chair, you bit my boy colana, nanipa. In who say, sinners and handle when the issue come out psychologically, spiritually, emotionally. Like how I be seen a boy and see a mouthie.
Oh. Adepa is only talking about the perspective of Nyame.
Okay.
The first thing is Nyame ben Adepa e kana wasem. Nyame bi a ye na di ya kire ne niam bi na ono on experience sa niam no. Enti no no ngi se Nyame ni ndiana.
Okay.
What you
so we should understand him.
Yeah. We have not understood what the gentleman is saying because we have no interest. You see, prejudice. We have even judged him before he finished his statement.
Okay.
We have not even heard him to understand what. I think I saw an article. I stand to be corrected. They believe say so whatever they come into contact with, they see God in that. Not giving the gentleman the chance. So me trying to bring guidance, explanation, like Adepa should have said it this way, Adepa should have said it that way, is hypocrisy.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay, so it takes a lot of questions.
You don't even know where the guy is coming from. That is why people under our mentorship, we chip in questions to them. They bring questions in just for us to know their minds. What you say? The person has a certain experience. And God is not supposed to be taught. That's what people do not know.
Talk to us.
If you teach someone about God, every other thing, his belief, any the way on this side, relating is out of hearsay.
About, are you saying a small one? They try to teach you about God?
Yes, that's what we do. That's what religion does. Religion teaches you about God.
Oh, okay. But God is not taught.
God is not supposed to be taught. Children will be saying Nyame say not here, Nyame say not here. When you do that, you limit the person. That is how it is. Men try say who programming when you say Nyame to say, Nyame to say. Can imagine in painful when you was Zimbabwe and yan kola in painful they so call themselves so omatina sorry mwache. We were telling them say yes na amomo fusu o munimu no a opie wo Israel obeye adwinimubie de ma nkrofo ayese ye na yati Kristo somti ye Yesu di no oye bibini, and they didn't know.
Yes. The explanation was clear to them, but then they've never met.
They didn't know. Research. They didn't know. Some of them that it's Yesu bibini, like no. Ain't easy.
I'm doing the research.
The one man cried Dina so can say Debbie, onto me be da, or ye brony, and one a Debbie a yehu, and Tina Gino a brony. And only a chill.
So if you say we shouldn't teach about God, how will we see God?
Let them have experience with God.
What do we mean by experience?
Let them experience the God substance for themselves. Now, Adepa is experiencing God in a way. What I say? Onyame personal experience about Nyankopon ye kan ho asem no. Onimu what Nyankopon no etini ye ma no. Die Nyankopon ni ntini enye ma no. Now that Adepa is bringing out only personal experience with Sanyame no. The oye ne se ubisa na nsem wo ho. Why are you saying say Nyankopon fa direct sikanto umame nsem ntino? Unje ndi se nyame ne bo anase nyame ne hwe wo. Because in him say nyame nankasa ne kan asem no only nipa is because you people create an impression say nyame has a personality bia ono na yesi ma ono no yesi ma eno no yesi ma oti dem che na say nti nkola ne dodo no a expect say nyame no be fesika de abro mo ma ne no ene omo papa no and so on. You see, that's the problem. The programming we are giving to the children is not helping them to understand the God concept. Now Jimmy say that's what for catch them say most of them they are just accepting say because they've been told but they've not experienced. But at the point now is experiencing something rather than to form when who say you can maybe say but who say ne mama so share ne mama life or share ne
say nyame disca abeto
yes so for now we see nyame ne ball no nyame ne share no go and prove it to Adepa. How God takes care of him and his parents.
Wow.
Don't attack him because God is supposed to be experienced. Me kuta enkwala make chiro mo say, what do you think about God?
Na planning ka.
Yes.
Now once you have time,
yes.
No mbisa question. Wow.
What do you think about God? Me friend akola bi na me bisa ne say Nyankopon we. O say nyame wo soro. Okay. Die ntine ma wo feel say Nyankopon wo soro. Oni. One e ka kire wo say Nyankopon wo soro. O say me ti say ye ka.
Wow.
Yes, if you like do this.
Let's do this research.
Yes.
I think we can do this. Where is God?
Until I started telling the children, say, God lives in everything that He has created. The first point of contact with God is within yourself. So to the mention I say, and two babies and now, is the creator source. I did be able to say, ya bo we are Sibiano, Nyame ne part womb. The first point of contact here, me and Kasa, within me, I have God inside of me.
Is there any challenge you want to throw out there?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm to myself first, before I throw that challenge to everyone else. Anybody that feels to say, Adepa is a threat to the community, and not to the faith, you know, grooming eba, grooming oba. Now oba at the age of Adepa, and not even older than Adepa. Ombra, no, fun and no correct any day.
Answer.
Na ombra no be guide, ombe direct at the pass the Adepa can watch ya into yentene. That's all. Me is a challenge to me. What Adepa has done is a challenge to me as a mother to go and groom my children so that when they meet someone with Adepa and I feel said the Adepa can is not nekwenwa, Adepa will not be able to sway my children off because they also have a solid foundation. Now you see, Adepa as a mobile kind original grounds also by the experience. Once our map present an example of things in our failure say. You see, in grounds. Now, if my children also have their grounds, they will be able to also convince Adepa if what Adepa is saying is not true. But I don't believe say the Adepa can no correct. I believe say he's beginning to experience the God concept for himself. He hasn't gotten anywhere. He needs a push. What you say? Whilst we keep pushing him, some of the near money bino emu be better. He will be more enlightened. And now addressing ye any other. This is the time we push him. Instead of ye pulling it down. And at the okanyano kwa ude uni bibia obine tutugu asum. So until when will our children sit down and imagine?
But we see their own preaching. We see kids on different platforms preaching and they're saying,
Ujiri says Islam ni akola wako makaranta. Enim Islam. Oshia Kristonia. Onim Bible mu. Na se Kristonia akola no. Muslimi ni bana eni ni di Islam hon komo a. Obeka say insemina Islam ni kan ye no correct.
Baby.
And I say, Christo ni baso so kuta Bible. Ni ye grumi no kura Bible no shia Islam ni. No preachy Bible no de chire Islam ni. Islam ni beka said ye Christo ni kan ye no correct.
Baby.
Even if there's a substance of truth, the barrier of religion will never allow these two kids to actually speak out of experience, but rather what they've been told, what they have heard.
Why that's it for your time?
That's it.
That's it, baby. How do you community? Remember to subscribe, share. A message we end baby because I was out for sure here. Agent Sansi me and Kanye man share. Me and Father will be a church 20 years, 30 years, name Pian Chankolantin by force and bra any experience. Uncle be some questions. Someone can be blue wagon. I don't know. Bye for now.